In order to adjust the transfer roller crush, you will need to loosen the nuts that secure the transfer roller arms to the studs that go through the floor plate. Once those are loose, that will allow the transfer roller assembly to move in or away from the brush. After that, we now need to loosen the bolts that mount the transfer roller motor so that we can loosen up the chain and the transfer rollers can be adjusted freely. Once the hardware for the transfer roller blocks has been loosened, it will allow us to raise or lower this transfer roller assembly. We would now break loose this jam nut underneath the block and thread the bolts in until the transfer rollers completely dropped away from the brush on both the left and the right side. We would then push the transfer roller back up towards the brush until we had even contact both on left and right. From that point, we would do 1.5 turns of the adjusting bolt so that the transfer roller assembly would move farther into the brush. This should give us roughly 1/8 of an inch of crush between the transfer roller and the buffer brush assembly. After you've completed the transfer roller crush adjustment, we're going to check for proper transfer roller chain tensioning. And we're going to use the bottom transfer roller to turn to judge how much slack we have in the chain. Now, the bottom transfer roller is not adjustable. That chain is fixed to the top roller. But what we're looking for is an adequate amount of slack in the chain itself so that the rollers will turn smoothly. And that can be accomplished by moving the transfer roller motor up or down in the slots and then tightening the hardware once you have the appropriate amount of slack.